Let me introduce ABC. No, it's not a murder story by Agatha Christie, even though it has a bit of flavor of a Christie story, where every murder gets solved, except that instead of murders, we help solve business problems, not by assassination. ABC stands for Ambrose Business Club. It's a membership-based platform for small and medium-sized businesses. Its purpose is to help you navigate the challenges of building a successful business by sharing practical insights of addressing similar problems. Every few days, we shall propose a topic for review and discussion, focusing on a specific common problem that many, if not most, small businesses face from time to time. If you join ABC, you'll have an opportunity to propose topics that are of particular interest to you. The first topic is about the challenges of outsourcing elements of your production process. Watch the introductory video to this topic now, and then I shall tell you more about ABC, how it works, and why and how you can join it.
If you are a small business selling physical products, you're almost certain to rely on third parties for at least part of your manufacturing process. It's called outsourcing. The more complex the product, the larger is the part of value created by third parties. It's an inevitable option if your resources and risk appetite are limited. This is also a great facilitator as you don't need to spend the capital and other resources on doing things that are not part of your core business. The availability of specialized firms is a great help, allowing you to overcome possible barriers to enter the market. Yet, outsourcing has its downsides and limitations, which are the bigger the smaller is your business. They are, first, little control over the process, including quality control. This is a particular concern if you use a drop shipping model where you do not see the final product before it gets shipped to the customer. Second, a little control over cost, which can eat your margins if your ability to pass them on to your customers is limited. Third, additional risks and costs in case of minimum order quantity, known as MOQ, imposed by your provider, forcing you to create unnecessary stocks and incur unnecessary production and storage expenses. In many cases, access to the services of the provider is conditioned on the acceptance of the standard terms and conditions, which are usually designed to limit their liability to the maximum extent possible under law, particularly in respect of third parties, which can be your customers. Accepting those terms and conditions is likely to further increase your risks, while your ability to negotiate them is rather limited. You just don't have the leverage. Risks related to consumers' right of unconditional or discretionary return, existing in many countries, what I call the right of second thought. Since you are selling to consumers, it is your burden, not that of your contractor, which is dealing with you as a business, not with consumers. If your ability to resell the return product is limited, for example, due to specific options such as size, color, and optional extras, you cannot recover your losses by returning the product to the manufacturer and reclaiming the cost of manufacturing. Unless, of course, the product was defective as manufactured, but that's another story. You should remember that this level of customization is usually not sufficient, certainly not in the UK, to deny the consumer the right to change their mind after purchase. And your ability to refuse returns may be even more limited if you sell on marketplaces such as Amazon or Wayfair, which also usually provide for longer return periods. Now, can you reduce your exposure to these risks and inconveniences? The best strategy for achieving this outcome is to try and transform your relations with third-party providers from purely vertical, the buyer-seller kind of model, into horizontal, a collaborative model. The idea is basically to give your manufacturer a stake in the success of your business.
Volume-based discounts instead of MOQ. The more you sell, the more you order, the lesser the cost. Many manufacturers would prefer to deal with customers who can ensure a stable and consistent flow of orders rather than dealing with smaller orders from many customers. For this, they might be willing to offer discounts. Some sort of co-branding, which is the possibility for the manufacturer to piggyback on the success of your brand in exchange for more favorable terms. Some manufacturers may value this sort of publicity if they see your product's market potential. Risk sharing in case of customers' discretionary returns, including the dropshipper's agreement to accept returns on your behalf if you use a dropshipping model and are not involved in the logistics. Although it might not be easy to convince your contractor to agree to this, I know that from my own experience, that might be possible as part of the overall deal involving sharing both gains and risks. Finally, longer credit terms, particularly in case of MOQ, giving you more breathing space and improving your cash flow by increasing the probability of being paid by the customers before paying the contractor.
The idea is to convince your contractor of your business's potential so that they really want to retain you as a customer and are willing to share some of your risks to reap the benefit of potential growth. In particular, you may want to offer them some sort of exclusivity in exchange for this, at least for a certain period of time, meaning your commitment not to use anyone else to manufacture your products during this period. How to achieve this? Well, it might seem difficult at first sight, particularly if you're just starting your business and are struggling to get a contract with this or any other manufacturer. However, it's not at all impossible if you use the right strategies. We can help you do this by sharing some successful tips and strategies if you join ABC and are willing to share your experience with us for the benefit of other ABC members.
Now, if you want to benefit from further insight into this and other topics that we shall be introducing in the coming weeks and months, you can do so by joining ABC as a member using the link provided in the comment below. We'll be covering a broad range of topics for all kinds of businesses. We'll select topics taking into account your preferences. There is an option to select topics when you register and once you become a member. The membership is entirely free if you join now. Once registered, you will have an opportunity to engage with us and other members on real-life problems in your business, wherever it is located. You will also have an opportunity and will be encouraged to share your stories. To join ABC, you'll be asked a few questions about you and your business so that we know who you are and what can be of interest to you. You will also be asked to agree to our terms and conditions. They're quite simple and are designed mainly to protect your confidentiality so that you could feel safe in sharing your experience or any information about your business. For example, if you seek insight to help you deal with a breakdown in your relationship with your business partner, you should be able to do so in a way that doesn't expose you to the partner in question. This is why we call ABC a club. Like members of old-school English gentlemen clubs, you should feel safe to talk to your fellow members about anything without fear of indiscretion. Except, of course, our club is not limited to gentlemen. On the contrary, ladies are more than welcome, as I know that women make up a large part of our target audience and can be excellent contributors to any discussion. Let me name you just a few privileges of the ABC members. First, you will have access to all materials of ABC, even released prior to joining ABC. We shall personally answer any questions you may ask and will offer you free assistance with your business problems that you may have, although our main objective is to help you get insight from other people who have dealt with similar problems. In particular, we shall help connect you with these people so you could discuss this offline directly with them. Third, as a member, you will also have an opportunity to propose topics for discussion and in-depth analysis, which we shall do. We shall prioritize topics that gather most votes of the ABC members. There will be a poll to that effect among the ABC members to select topics. There will be additional benefits for ABC members who agree to tell us more about their experience on certain matters that are of particular interest to us by filling out the questionnaire or agreeing to a virtual meeting with us. Now, this offer is limited to 1,000 members on the first-come, first-served basis. Like in any other club, we want to keep the membership under some manageable control to make sure that we can deliver to our members all the benefits that we have promised. Past this limit, the membership conditions will become more stringent and the membership fee may become payable. So please do not wait. There is much to be gained and nothing to be lost by joining now.